Hello there, I'm Michelle Ryan and welcome to day 2 of the video blog for Other Voices Derry, Londonderry. Got up to absolutely loads today. We're having jam-packed days here. What I'll be showing you is a very secret and very special performance that Marina from Marina The Diamonds put on in St Ethna's School today. I also challenged the very talented Jesca Hoop to a musical challenge, as well as catching up with a Derry legendary punk rocker, an undertone, you might say. Hope you enjoy. Hello, I'm here outside St Ethna's Primary School. I'm about to sneak in the back of the classroom because Marina from Marina The Diamonds is inside right now and giving a very special performance to some of the kids inside. Let's have a look. That'll work.
Do you actually walk inside?
Oh yeah! What a pro. So there she is, Marina from Marina and The Diamonds in the classroom in the middle of her performance. In the moment, this is me peeking in the window. It's the whispering. Then thankfully someone actually let me into the room.
Okay, you guys happy?
Yeah, I think it's...
Teen Idol, take 2.
So point at him. Big one. Teen Idol, take 2.
Teen Idol, take 2.
Well done.
I wanna be a bottle blonde. I don't know, but
Some very lucky primary school children here who actually serenaded Marina when she entered with a verse of Prima Donna Girl, which is very cool.
I wanna stay inside all day. Yeah, I was feeling super, suicidal.
Note to all teachers out there, if you want your class to be this quiet, all you need to do is bring Marina and the Diamonds.
Okay. What do you think? Very happy. Work hard in school.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna all go home? Yeah? There's no one else coming? Oh,
Just for you.
that is so nice. Thank you for coming in on Saturday.
School uniforms and everything.
Yeah.
Group shot really quickly. We gather them. John, all gather in around the piano. That's That's brilliant.
Next is time for a little feature of the video blog, or a game I'm going to be playing with some of the artists as I grab them. I like to call it, if you had 3 minutes to pick out 3 records, what 3 records would you pick? Which I was told was a little bit wordy. So instead, 3 minutes, 3 records. It's a bit more straightforward.
Hi, I'm Jesca Hoop and I'm here in Derry in this beautiful little record store, Cool Discs Records. And we're the Other Voices Festival, and I'm about to pick out some records.
So the lovely Jesca Hoop has taken me up on my challenge. 3 minutes, 3 records.
Ooh, you're gonna need more than 3 minutes, you feel?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
I think so.
I'll give you 3.5.
So the rules of this challenge are very simple. Jessica will have 3 minutes, or 3.5 in this case, we'll make an exception I think, to pick out 3 records in the shop, any 3 at all, as fast as she can. And what she's going to have to do at the end is explain to me why she's picked these 3 and what they mean to her. So off she goes, straight into things. Over by the final collection, getting a little bit of help from her manager I think. Bending the rules a little bit more. We'll let her off.
You know what? I'm choosing Rubber Soul because
Oh no, the reason I'm asking is
Rubber Soul was one of the first records I ever geeked out to. Okay, that's good. I've got my 3.
oh wow!
This is the one we Okay.
That was record time.
Oh, excuse the pun. I'll get my coat.
Alright, Jessica, what you come up with?
Well, just like any records to anyone, I chose 3 that relate to me very strongly in very personal ways. The first one goes back to the very first record that I ever chose for myself, which was Rubber Soul, and I listened to this by myself. It was actually the last record that my mother would allow me to listen to of the Beatles, because after this point they go psychedelic, and she wasn't going to have that. But I ignored her, as every child should ignore their mother when they tell you not to listen to music. And Rubber Soul. Then the next one I chose Sheerwater, because I just spent the summer with Sheerwater on tour touring through Europe. And this is a great record, and Jonathan Meinberg is a great songwriter and underrated. He is a brilliant lyricist and is got old soul, old melodies in him, but this is a rocking record. Then I chose Willie Mason, because Willie Mason is a voice that is totally worth listening to. He's got kind of like a Johnny Cash kind of voice, if you ask me, and he's a young man with great ideas and a lot to offer. I chose I Am Clute because I'm going on tour with them in 2 weeks. This is their new record. I chose 4.
Again, bending the rules a little bit there, Jesca.
Yeah. Favorite track? Gosh. Yes. Let's choose one from the Shearwater track, which is Animal Life, which is just sweet. It's just great. The words are awesome. But there's a lot of great songs on this record, and I got to know them night after night in the live venues. So
Excellent.
anyhow, those are
Brilliant.
those are my 4.
Well, you passed.
Thank you.
And during the Other Voices weekend, I took a trip to this building, which is BBC Radio Foyle, to visit a very special person who I was actually very, very excited about meeting, and who you may recognise as not him though. It is in fact Mickey Bradley, bassist of the Undertones.
Is this a video or is this a photograph?
This is a video.
This is a video. Hi, I'm Mickey Bradley. I'm producing him. He is
Stephen McCauley. I'm presenting the programme.
and hopefully at midnight we'll still be friends. You beardy git.
So Mickey and Stephen actually broadcast their show live on Friday night for Other Voices just outside the Glassworks, where they had chat with some of the artists and brought to their listeners some of the performances of the night as well. But being a local Derry man and having travelled the world with the Undertones, I wanted to talk to Mickey about what brings him back to Derry every time.
I have lived in Derry all my life, apart from 2 years. Those were 2 years after the Undertones broke up in 1983. Bizarrely, whenever the Undertones were going, whenever we were doing Top of the Pops, we were doing this and that, we never lived in London, which would have been the logical move in terms of, you know, a career in music. It was only whenever we broke up that I decided to move to London, and I was there for 2 years. It was grand. I was a bicycle courier in London, which is probably the second best job I've ever had. But then I came back to Derry because, you know, it's at the time it was the mid-80s. There actually wasn't that much happening, but it's the draw of home, you know. We were always very, very, very homesick for Derry whenever we were playing in the Undertones. We were the furthest, or the longest we were ever away, I think, was about maybe 6 weeks.
As everybody knows, the Undertones were massively successful, but a lot has changed in the music scene in Derry since Mickey was playing his gigs here all those years ago.
Teenagers now are much cooler than they were in the 1970s. It's amazing, you know, like we have, you know, the one that's always talked about is Bridie, of course, Soak. But there are great bands out there that would have been, in 1978, if they'd been there, they would have been much better than the Undertones. You know, definitely. We had the advantage that there weren't that many bands around then. Nowadays, great bands are in every street in Derry nearly. Really is ridiculous. I work in the radio station here, and we had 2 great singers come in today. Best Boy Grip. He's regularly on this radio station. He's
and
fantastic. Owen O'Callaghan's great.
Playing in the music trail, I believe.
Oh, aye.
Yeah.
And rightly so. Great singer, great piano player, great songwriter. Who else? Little Bear, another great band from Derry. They were on the radio this week too.
Little Bear, who will be performing in the Glassworks on Sunday night.
I mixed them in this very studio, you know.
Excellent.
With about 5 minutes preparation. There are bands who are coming, and there's bound to be bands out there we don't even know of, you know. If I was in my 20s, I'd be depressed at the competition, you know.
That's all we've time for, unfortunately. Check out tomorrow's video blog. There's going to be loads more to come. I'll be following around a very important crew member and checking out all the backstage action. I'll be catching up with the fantastic and local Derry band Little Bear, as well as having a chat and a bit of a challenge with Brona Gallagher. See you tomorrow.